They'll lynch you, but he did, and he laughs.
Hi everybody, Russ in the West Hand there. That pause is a little bit too long. I've got to sort that out. Hope you're all safe and well. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe. I've had my haircut. Anyway, hope you're all safe and well. Happy Friday, another week done. Congratulations. Well done, everybody. You've done another week. Very impressed with you all. Congratulations. Obviously, for those of us in the UK, it's a long weekend, isn't it? Because obviously bank holiday with the Queen's the state funeral. We won't have any content going out on the definitely Monday morning, that's for sure. Monday during the day, because didn't seem right. Anyway, but we won another bloody game yesterday. When all said and done, when you look at the result, when you look at the table, we won. A win is a win, but it's not convincing. We need it's unconvincing. You're welcome. So it's an unconvincing win yesterday. But we won, and we're top of the group, having a laugh, top of the group, and we're having a laugh with 6 points. And this season in the Europa Conference, including obviously the playoffs, 4-4. 4-4. We've scored 3 in each game, haven't we? I think we conceded a few. We scored 3 in each. So, it is what it is, isn't it? Happy Hammer, good afternoon to you. James is here. I hope you're well. Artel's here as well. What a Keystone Cop game that was. Ref was man of the match for us. He was indeed. And that's the second game running, isn't it? Really? Because don't forget, with the Bucharest game... Sorry, Mrs. Budden's just calling me. I'll put it on mute for 2 seconds. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I do apologise. It's Mrs. Budden on the phone. I don't think she really wanted to have her conversation on YouTube. Anyway, so we a few more people. Budgie's in the chat. We've got Artel. Nice. Yeah, me, exactly. She's on the blower. Had on before I started, mate. Clean the pipes before. As always, that's the mark of a good professional, indeed. Upon reflection, return from injury, front three. I'm happy with it now. I think in reflection, I think it was a bit. We made it harder on ourselves. And if you listen to Ballon Dawson's interview on Sky on BT Sport, he said the same thing. Made it hard on ourselves. Moyes wasn't happy. Wasn't happy, obviously, with the performance, and we weren't happy with the performance either. So. It's hardly surprising, but I think in reflection, I think yesterday I said 3 things. I think I said a clean sheet as well, but I think it was to win, no injuries, and then we'll say the performance is third. So the first 2, we won. Unconvincing, but we won. And how many times last season and the season before actually we didn't play well, but we still ended up winning? That's the mark of a good. As he rust on an Ashby. That's the mark of a good. It's the mark of a good. What's it called? A good team, or a team which knows how to. It would have been. Again, it's one of those games. I think after the first goal was a bit of a freak goal. I think, to be honest, and we'll talk about that a little bit later when we do the ratings. But then. It was almost like we could score when we wanted, it seemed, in all honesty, and we definitely took our foot off the pedal second half. He put some changes on to maybe try and freshen things up, and I think they were just a bit strange, in all honesty. I think he deliberately didn't play Antonio because of the fact it was a plastic pitch as well, same as a few other players. I think the reason why Lanzini played because it was a plastic pitch, and so usually on, I don't know, 5-a-sides or whatever, it's usually the guys who are the skillful ones, the ones who get a little bit of play, and so he didn't really need a dogged defending CDM like Downs. Really, he wanted more of a ball player. I think that's why Lanzini played. So we'll just take him and think of his pins taking that penalty. Each their own. Good teams win playing rubbish. Mourinho has made a career. You're totally right. Can we tell them yet, Mr. B? Oh, Budgie. We'll tell them at the end. Always, you don't tell them now. You always get, it's all about retention. You got to keep them to the end and then give them the information. Have to say I was impressed with. I thought I was impressed with still. Was it Adamson who came on? Who was really, really good. But in the day, it's a win. A win's a win, and we move on to Everton. We're going to do the ratings now, and then I'll tell you all what's going on the next couple of days. And all next week as well. There's a lot going on. Let's be honest. Even though there's going to be no football. Where's my ratings? Is that them? Let me just check. Yeah, that's them. Also, we've got today we've got the press conference that'll be going out in a couple of hours' time. Anton's analysis show. He needs more of a catchier title. Antonalyze at the moment is my one I like. So Antonalyze. That's going to be 5 o'clock Hammers Headlines. And tonight we've got another new show starting. We'll talk about the one Budgie's talking about in a minute. But we've got the reimagining, the redebuting, of the Late Late Show. The Late Late Show. We'll be doing that every Friday night going onwards, around 10 o'clock in the UK time on a Friday, with Irish Tommy. So we've got Irish Tommy. He's going to be doing that show. It kicks off tonight. So make sure you've gone to the pub. You want to come and talk about West Ham and jump on and have a little chat with Irish Tommy. He'll be talking about his views on Silkeborg, I imagine Everton as well, and any other talking points. So that'll be 10 o'clock tonight. So make sure in the UK, so that's 5 o'clock East Coast. So make sure you check that out. Also, just because he's in the chat, because we're re-releasing what is Gift of the Gab. So it's a show we used to do on Iron United, a talk show, but we're doing it with Mr. Budgie and Kieran. So it will be Gift of the Gab with Bert and Ernie. So the Bert and Ernie show is coming over to the West Ham network. So make sure you keep an eye on that. I think from next Wednesday, I'm saying, Budge, I believe. So that'll be fun. So there we go. So everyone knows about it now. So we've got West Ham coming out tonight. Yeah, Late Late Show with Irish Tommy tonight on Fridays, and on Wednesdays we've got Gift of the Gab with Kieran and Budgie, and that'll be a bit later. So that'll probably be about 10:30, 11 o'clock. 10:30, 11 o'clock on a Wednesday. So again, useful for people from the States and Asia as well, and sort of the Pacific, sort of Australasia and people like that as well. So a bit all over the bit. 11 p.m. exclusively on the network. There we go. So nice to see. Anyway, let's crack on. I was watching Hammers chat, and G had a point. The ref, and if the ball had been released by the player with the ball instead of extra charges, it may have been different. You're totally right. It would have been. The loss of our backroom staff is a bigger problem we think. The formation and setup does not suit the players we have brought in. That I agree as well, Husey, and I think that's why there is this transition period, and Moisey does talk about it quite a bit in his press conference, which we'll put up tonight. Happy Hammerat is happy with that as well, which is good. Also, and Peeps that couldn't sweet indeed. Funny story, 2 seasons ago, Tony Adamson, who you just mentioned, played for my local team in the 5th tier, called BK Frame. So gifted that guy he was. There we go, and so that's new. That's what Budgie went to. That he's obviously excited. So fair play, and we're excited to have him on too. So as I said, we've got 2 new shows. We've got tonight and Wednesday. Right, let's go and talk about the ratings. So what we do with the ratings, I give you my points of view. You disagree with them basically because I'm usually quite harsh. Am I quite harsh today? Let's have a look. Am I harsh or fair? I'm going to sound sort of in the middle, indifferent. So we're going to start with Mr. the goalkeeper. Let's start with Areola. As I said, you can put your ratings in the chat. No half points in this game. So we'll start with Areola. My thoughts on Mr. Areola. Let's just get my notes. Obviously, back-to-back starts for him technically because obviously we didn't play the Newcastle game due to obviously the Queen passing. So that was back-to-back games in goal for the first time this season for him. First half was quiet. Obviously frustrated to have conceded that goal at the beginning. Not his fault, I think he was unsighted with the shot, despite the fact they passed it in. I think he was unsighted with the shot a little bit by Mr. Dawson in front of him. But hardly tested, really, in all honesty. Second half, that was the shot. He parried the shot, didn't he? Maybe He parried it straight out rather than tip it, and that led to the second goal. Although there wasn't much he can do, to be honest. And I mean, he did a good save at the end when they almost scored right at the end, really. So I thought he played okay. Nothing exciting. Nothing exciting, but there we go. I got to it. Give me 2 seconds. Jesus, give me 2 seconds. Bloody hell, I'm finished yet. Right, so Pete's gone for 4, 5, 7, 6. Can't blame for first goal. No, I can't really. 5. How much of the poor performance of the team is down to the pitch and the rain? Yeah, possibly as well. And we haven't played for a week, and that's not good for us. We know every time we've had a gap, we haven't played well. We never play well when it's international duties or whatever. We never play well. So yeah, I think it was a combination of everything, really. And Silkeborg played well. I thought they played well. 5, 4, 6, 4, 6, 5. I've gone for a boom 6. Well, they did concede 2 goals, maybe. Yeah, in retrospect, maybe not a great score for me. But anyway, let's talk about Vladimir Sufal next. Let's talk about Vlad the Impaler. Obviously, we sort of played a back 3, didn't we? Yeah, we did play a back 3, really. And he played wing back. Obviously, Ben Johnson's still sidelined. Mixed bag. I think that's the best way to describe Vlad's performance. A mixed bag. For me, he did cause some problems going forward, but then had problems defensively. And I think Silkeborg were getting a lot of joy on that right-hand side, in all honesty. 2 chances came down his side, including the first goal. Going forwards, you know, I mean, he did the cross, which led to the winning the penalty. Yeah, he kept on going, but his crossing was mixed. And I think when you're a fullback, when you're a wingback, rather, you have to. It's all about playing the crosses. That's your job. If you're not doing your job, that's a major issue, I think. What we got here? We got I think 6 was from Fabianski. 3. How about that play by Super at the end? Saved the game. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's what I mean. Better than I've said him. 6, 4, 4, 4. Some harsh scores today. Poor in defensive, in fact, 5 because of that touch. 4, 4, 6. Oh, Scott's getting... Anyone who's ever played keeper can see who's the better keeper, period. End of, says Scott. End of. Full stop. Love you, Scott. Russie, you gave Sufal 6. Bless me. Russie also gave him a 6. Let's move on. Let's go and talk about... Who should we talk about now? Let's talk about Ballon Dawson. Let's talk about Ballon Dawson. Let's talk about him. He was back. Happy Hamrat put it in the chat about scoring yesterday, and it was all on Twitter. He's now scored in the Premier League, the Championship, League 1, League 2, Europa League, Europa Conference. Also, they failed to realise he scored in the FA Cup and the EFL Trophy. So he's only not scored in the Champions League and in the League Cup, which he could do maybe this when we play Blackburn. How cool is that? You know what I mean? I think that's incredible. Incredible. I think he scored over 50. I think it's about 53 goals he scored in his career from a centre-back. For me, it was his first start. Obviously, he had the whole thing. And for me, it was his performance plus everything else that's gone on in the last 2 weeks with the Wolves stuff. And obviously, first game back properly, first start from his injury, and played in the sort of the middle of the 3, really. Looks solid. Obviously, we got the 30 scored naturally. New chant. You know, we're Ballon Dawson. You know, we got Craig Dawson. He cost us a meal. You know, like to the come on, feel the noise. Great. Check it out on Twitter. Thought he's brilliant. I loved him. I loved Craig Dawson. It was back to a Dawson-esque performance yesterday, I thought, and you can see how much he enjoyed it. They cut us to pieces at a time down the right. He's not comfortable. Can give me a 5 in Vlad yet. Period is right. 7 saved us right at the end. He did. 6. Good return. Great goal submissions in our end. 7 for the goal. 7 for Les. 8 from Budgie. 7 looked a bit lost at times, but guess he's just playing for time. We'll give him a 7. 6 about the goal. Great to see a headed goal from a corner again. 7 was the guy who played them onside for one of their goals, but 8 he was, but 7. Russie B has given him, and this may be controversial, I've given him man of the match. I've given him my man of the match. The reason being is he put in that performance plus everything personal we know he's got going on in his life at the moment in terms of his family. I thought he was exceptional. And that's exactly right, Scott. Where was it? Bloody yeah, Freema, sorry. Such a nice guy. Let fans borrow his balloon. There we go. Indeed, I gave him an 8. I did. Who's Craig Sawson? Any good? He's a good player. He's got big crazy. He only costs 2. He's awesome. Giving the ball and he scores. Great. She's electric. Not come for the noise. I do apologise. Didn't look like he wants away. No, he looked very happy on the interview as well, which was great to see. Let's move on like Donkey Kong and let's talk about his partner in crime. Let's talk about Kiera. He started on the right hand side of the back three, and obviously got called up to the German squad, as he should be, because is the most used player in terms of minutes from Frisk's side since he took over as German national coach. Again, they got, and someone made a point about the wing back situation. And I think they used the right side as well, their left side, our right side, as where they could get some joy out of the game. But in possession, composed. Look to always get the ball out quickly out of his feet, which I really enjoy as a centre back, rather than take time and pass it across. He does whip a ball, and I like players who whip a ball. Wasn't a standout game for him. Possibly, I tend to agree with the criticism he got for the first goal. He did step out a bit quickly. He does that sometimes. Issa Diop used to do that as well. They used to sort of run out a little bit too excitedly. But wasn't as good as other games, I don't think. But I thought he played okay. 6, 7 for Agent K, 6. Craig Dawson's a competent pro. He totally is. Considering you see some of these other idiots, like around football, he's just shows you what he's an old school player, isn't he? I think that's why we like him. That's why we took to people like James Collins as well. He's an old school pro, an old school defender, body on the line, Bosch. Looked like he was holding back all game. Some good passes, a few mistakes. 6 looks the real deal. 8 and my man of the match for Budgie. 6, 7, 6. Russie B also gave him a bum. 6 for Tilo. Be interesting to see what's going to happen at the weekend as well in terms of the Everton game, in terms of selection. And you can decide who you think is going to be playing. Check out the community tab. Subscribe to the channel, and all through today and tomorrow. All through today, I think. You can select who's going to play for or who you think, not who's going to. It's an incredible new way of Davey Boys picking the team. No, it's your choice. Who do you think is going to be in goal against Everton? Left back, right back, that type of thing. And then we put that together and put it out on probably Saturday, if not Sunday. Let's talk about Cresswell. Indeed, you look at. Anton went through his. I don't think we've got the stats here. I don't think he put the stats in, but his stats were phenomenal. Literally, 100% of aerial duels won yesterday, and 80. I think he had 90% pass succession as well for Dawson. Exceptional. Let's talk about the man of the magic hat, Aaron Cresswell. Also, firstly, they're playing Cresswell in the right position. He's better now. Back three, left hand side, much better than he's at left back. I think that's universally accepted. He played his 300th game for us as well, which was phenomenal. Any player to play 300 games for one club, fair play to him. It's a fair play. Obviously, he's missed the last couple of games with a groin injury. Back, playing that left, more narrow. And I say he's more used to it, less running as well. I thought he was quite good defensively. I thought he was all right. Cleared the ball when he needs to be. Obviously, then going forward, his corners. His corners led to the goal. second half, I mean, he looked a lot stronger than he has done. Obviously, he got booked quite later on, but I thought he had a good, probably the best game for a while for us. I think, to be honest, 5, 7. Cresswell on the best, great assist, maybe the best game he's played for us in years. Up there. 5, 6, particularly with Europe as well, because he must have like this weird thing that he's going to get set off. He seems to get set off all the time in Europe. 7, 5. Give him the half point. No half points in this game. That's why he's done it. Cressy, decent 9, and yes, he's better in the 3, in my opinion. I share the views of a lot of others. 7. That's useful for only people who are in the UK who watched Strictly Come Dancing about 5 years ago. Right, anyway, let's talk about Emerson. Obviously, Emerson operating, it was a left wing back. I think the team sheet, the official team sheet, put us down as a 4-4-2 with Emerson playing left wing, but it wasn't. It was a 3 at the back, wasn't it? And he was playing wing back. Obviously, scored his first goal last week. I like watching Emerson in a wing back position, getting forward, and I think that's really important. There were several times where he was the outlet on the left hand side. Got forward, a couple of times very early on, which showed his intent. There's no doubting his attacking. I think the only slight caveat is the other side in terms of defensive side of the business. He was the man, attacking half the chances that that the side had in the box and the back post. He worked a move, really a beautiful bit of play with him, Paqueta and Lanzini, which and then he almost scored, didn't he? He sort of almost scored from close range, which from a wing back position is amazing. And then which eventually won the corner, which eventually got Craig Dawson the third goal. Always slightly apprehensive in terms of his defensive qualities, but I think if you've got enough good defenders behind you, get in front with it. Cresswell gets us. We did that one. 6 seemed lost, not his best. 5. I've already been on the end of one. If it no more thanks. No half points in this game. 5, 6 was pretty good going forward. He brings a solid and fast dynamics to left, and that's what I like. And that's one thing I always used to say about Arthur Masuaku. He'd get the ball, and the first thing he'll do is run forward rather than play it back or sideways. He'd run forward, so he'd get the team going. And Emerson's very similar. 7, 6. Russie B, 6-ish. Russie B has given him a bomb 7. Maybe a little bit generous that, but anyway, it's me. 7 as well. There we go. We'll go with Budgie's score as well. Let's move on like Donkey Kong, and let's talk about Declan Rice, captain. Obviously started in the midfield, a different partner today in terms of Lanzini, and that's always must be quite tricky. You can never really build up. I think that's why I'm quite looking forward to October, and if we have consistency with the team selection, new players can gel with the old players, and we can start getting some momentum going. It's been very stop-start, particularly that central midfield and centre defence as well. Obviously he was named in the England squad as well yesterday with Jared Bowen, sort of ran midfield, I'd say, in my opinion. Direct with his running, broke up play. Maybe sometimes, I think sometimes he's, I'd like to see a little bit more directing pass, sort of more direct passing going forward rather than necessarily, or get it forward a little bit more. But good game, particularly, it was a wet plastic pitch. I thought he did well, and obviously, it was nice for him to get some rest as well, and get half an hour, 25 minutes off. You know what I mean? So, not too shabby. We've got 7 in these times of inclusion, and what we should let know, Freeman. You need to know when to be inclusive and what not to, and this is not a time. 7, can see how important it is. What happened? Yeah, and that's a great point, Scott. Once he left, it all went tits up, really. 6 from Framer. 7. Deck was quite seriously about his captaincy. He was on 5-8% of the game. 8 from Budgie. 7 from Pete. Russie B has given him a 7. Let's talk about his midfield partner. Let's talk about Happy Emirates' favourite. Let's talk about Manu Lanzini. Obviously started alongside Bryce. I think that was deliberate. I don't think it was a slight on Downs or Souček. I think the idea was he, on an artificial pitch, a bit like if anyone who played 5-a-side, 6-a-side at Power League or whatever, it's always the ones who are really quite good technically are the ones that are really annoying, and they really sort of like really annoy other teams because they can find a pass. Yesterday was about finding a pass through the defence, so I think it was right to pick Lanzini rather than Downs. I think Downs, if you're having Downs and Rice together, really, or Rice and Souček, obviously very combative midfield. He didn't really need that yesterday. I thought it was more about picking the pass, and I thought he played really well. Obviously, considering also last week he was taken off at half time, and I didn't realise he was playing last time. I thought early on he made his impact, and he sort of made his intentions clear early on. He was looking for passes. He was looking for those little through balls. Obviously scored the penalty as well. I think probably his best performance this season, although that's not really saying much from a low base. But yeah, I mean, there was some nice possession, nice little moves with Paqueta. They seemed to be on the same wavelength. Seemed comfortable on the ball. Rice sort of sat back a little bit, and so it let him sort of play a little bit higher on. And although he did slide in, and he shouldn't have slid in, I don't think, and he might not have scored that goal, the second goal go, in my opinion. Did not want to come off, and that's great. Plastic and wet. What have we turned into? Friday nights at Happy Hammeret's house. That's what we've turned into. Lanzini 10-6. Here we go. Perhaps in that special mood again. Well, it's that time of the year, time of the month, not time of the month. Sorry, time of the day, isn't it? 7-6-7. The only issue I have with Rice is that maybe it's the season. This season he no longer tackles at all. He's maybe the second best tackler, clearly saving himself for England. Maybe 6-6-7, frustrating the hell out of Paqueta. Lanzini 2 because he scored. Manu's on his way out, I'm afraid. By the way, I had to watch it at 7:20 this morning. 4 from 4, although 8 knows he's best. Yep. I must have watched different games, says Pat Holland. Yeah, fair enough. Everyone sees the game different. I actually put Manu for a 7 because I actually thought fair play. He played all right. I thought he played a good game. Maybe a 6, but I was, I knew Happy Hammerette was going to be on, and I've been giving him some pelters. So fair play. When he plays well, he plays well. Let's talk about Paqueta. Came into the starting lineup. Obviously, made a massive impact off the bench against FCSB last week. Also called up to the Brazilian side as well. But good news for us, they're going to be playing those games in Europe rather than abroad because there's so many European players play for Brazil, which is great. So he's not having to fly about everywhere, which is really nice for us. Occupied the number 10 role, which is what we want to see him do. Sort of behind, I'd say, Cornet and Scamacca were sort of almost as a front two. I think sometimes maybe trying a bit too hard. I think he should impose himself a little bit more. But there was a great flick. The flick to Emerson in the first half, I want to say, was exceptional. And you can see he's a quality player. It's not a joke that he gets picked and that he's a starter for Brazil. In that role. You know what I mean? You have to be a good player to do that. I think obviously he was taken off at the hour mark with the other two, and I think that's the same for Everton. He'll be playing at the weekend. That's no doubt about that at all. Pac-Man 6 needs to be given a free roll. I think, Phil, now the free roll is just, no one has a free roll now, do they? That's one sort of downside of the way football is now. You don't get players playing a free role anymore. In the English game, for example, they're playing a 10 or they've all got duties. But I agree, let him just do. But actually, I think the flip side is he wants to do everything. So I actually like giving him a position because he can play an 8, he can play a 6. He can play defensive midfield, he can play a box to box. I want him up the top. We've got enough in the other areas. So actually, put him at the 10 role makes sense. But yeah, 6-6 is simply a legend in the making. His football brain is unreal. 8-6, frustrated, some amazing passes, some mistakes defensively. But then defensively, that's not should be his job in the same way. But anyway, 6-6-6. do they not get free rolls in the canteen? Very good. With the soup. Moyes went that exactly. Rusty B also gave him a 7. I thought it was a good game. Good game. I'm very generous today. I don't know why I'm so generous. Let's talk about Cornet. Kept his place, obviously, despite going off injured for the FCSB game. We thought he'd got concussion, but he was all right. And sort of up front with Scamacca a little bit. Second half, played mainly on the right. And I'm just going through my notes. No, I'm looking at the wrong person. There we go. Obviously, he got dragged down for the penalty. Second penalty is one. Penalty. I think it wasn't as soft as the first one as the FCSB one, but it was quite soft. And he had a chance to get back into the early on. Made a huge impact, I thought. Tireless. He's got an engine on him. Tireless, I thought he was. Really frustrating, a really annoying player to play against the other side. He pressed really well. It was a good pass to Scamacca, who scored when he scored. He's getting a few games in. Moyes talks about him quite a lot in the press conference, so make sure you check that out this afternoon. He's come on. He's got 2 assists. He's won 2 penalties. He's an assist. Should have scored. Yeah, he had a goal chalked out the Chelsea game. Later on, a little bit quieter. Obviously, Fornals came on from a bit later on, but he's. I know people get frustrated with him because he gets offside, but I think he makes the runs and people aren't seeing them. He just goes, and I like that. I am a big softie. 5, 4. It's interesting. People see different things. 6, better than Scamacca. He has to quit throwing himself about. 5, 7 by wafer. 7, offside too many times. Earns hundreds of thousands, but needs ice cream. But needs more end product. 7 by a wafer. Okay, yeah. Thought the ref gave a couple of offsides wrong. No, I agree as well. I think actually a few of those offsides weren't offside. Cornet is going to be incredible with some games under his belt, but also it's not just him. I think it's the players around him, and that's what Moyes says. We need to figure. We're still learning how to play with him more effectively, and I totally understand that. Rusty B also gave him an 8. I gave him an 8. I thought he was a really good player. I thought he played really well. I just thought he worked tirelessly off the ball. If you watched him, you watched how he played. I thought he was really, really good. Again, maybe a little bit too generous there, but yeah, it's a Friday. It's a Friday. We won the game. Let's talk about Scamacca. Obviously, he didn't play well against FCSB. He came back from his 10-day virus. He was hauled off at half-time against FCSB. He was obviously trusted to lead the line today. And obviously, he'd scored. I mean, he's had 3 starts in the conference, and he's scored 2 goals. He made it 3 out of 4 today, yesterday, and I mean, it was a great finish. What I really enjoyed was he scored goals. I think he scored the Viborg goal. I think it was a flick on. When that first goal, because he came in, didn't he, outside the box. I think wasn't it a header he scored in the second game or something like that. It wasn't exactly the same goal. And then this one was outside the box, sort of almost with awesome shot. It just shows what we've got in a player. When he's fit, when we got him up to speed with the Premier League, he's going to score goals. And that's what we want. That's what we've been crying out for years. What I like about him is he always has 2 or 3 men around him as well. Like a bit like that's when Andy Carroll was in form, when he was in his pomp with us, he'd always command 2 or 3 defenders, and I love players that do that because it means there's always someone else around who can help. That means there's a spare person there. So I just hope that we can, I think obviously we took him off at the hour mark. Again, I think it's mainly a fitness thing as well, but also I'll keep him for Everton. I'd love to see him have a go at these defenders. He's got they've got Tarkowski, they've got Cody, someone like Scamacca. I think he would have an absolute field day against 2 of them. Plus, I won't have Pickford. That's what I would do. I thought he battled really well. But what I like about him is he holds the ball up and he always looks for that pass to Soufal, and then turns and sets himself out. I think it's great. I think it's really good. Rusty B gave him a 7. In the chat, we've got an 8. An 8, Scamacca man of the match. The guy was class. What hold-up play? 9-7, just for the goal alone. Get the ball to him either on the ground or in the air and he will score. 7 for that goal alone. 8, hope Moyes doesn't ruin him. 7 for Scatman. His goal was class. Scatman, not totally convinced by him. I think you will be soon, ladders. 7. Moyes needs to work out to accommodate Bowie and Scamacca Cornet. Yeah, wow. And Town will start, and we all know it. Yeah, probably, Pete. Probably right, my friend. In terms of the subs, I don't really give the subs any scores really, unless they make a huge impact. Obviously, the half hour mark, well, half an hour to go, he brought on Ben Rama, he brought on Souček, Bowen and Souček. I thought Benny's form's going a little bit like this, whereas Cornet's going like this. I want them both to be like this, but it's not happening. Bowen obviously gave the ball away, which ended up, conceding the second goal. Souček, no problem. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah. And Fornals didn't do much. He just thrown on to sort of... And Coventry as well. They put Coventry on, who came on for the last minute to try and eke out the game. What we got here? I was on a camp trip in Silkeborg. Yesterday we travelled in the same bus as West Ham had. However, not at the same time. There we go, Martin. Thank you very much. Martin Gothwaite is very good. I like it. Cheese and ham sub was best. Good to know. Moyes 4. Some questions. The subs were strange. I think the subs were, and I think Daniela said it, yes, in the chat for the review show. Square pegs in round holes? That's what it seemed. It seemed that was like, okay, well, this formation he didn't bring Antonio on. Fair enough, but then maybe change the formation. Don't expect Benny to be the target man, which is what he did. Never really changed the game. He changed the game the other way. The FCSB game, the subs changed the game for us in the better. But against Silkeborg, the subs changed the game for Silkeborg. Second half, Moyes lost it tactically, which was funny, wasn't it? Because usually we play rubbish first half and play all right second half. But it was a complete difference this time. Absolutely crazy. Moyes 7 away win, job done. I mean, it is job done, isn't it? I mean, when you look at it, at the end of the day, it is job done. We've won the game. We're top of the group. As our next 2 games are against the second place. If we win both of them, we're on 12 points. That's basically qualification, isn't it? And you'd think maybe. So what's the maximum? So let's work it out. So we've got 6 points. Anderlecht have got 4 points. FCSB have got 1 point, and Silkeborg have got 0 points. So the maximum you can get is, what's that? 6. Yeah, 6, 12. So the maximum you can get is 18 points. 18 points in the groups. So we've got 6 points. So a double header against Anderlecht will put us at 12 points. With that, then you've got, I reckon 12 points should be enough, shouldn't it? Should be enough. We'd have 12 points. The most FCSB will be able to get would be 7 points if we got 12 points. And then, I'd say that's better enough. Anyway, it's hard done by. Nice football close. It was. But unfortunately, we found a way to win, which happens not very often for West Ham, so that's good. One more win will be on the fringe of winning the group. James, I reckon the double header against Anderlecht, win both those games, and we've won the group. Innit? We won't win playing like Anderlecht. No, we won't. But by the time we play them, we've had a couple of games under our belts, and we'd have got the rust from the what's it called, from the international break out of our system as well. So, Yeah, very true. But I think, Anderlecht, I mean, they only beat Silkeborg 1-0, didn't they? There, Gaff, with former Wolves striker Fabio scored, didn't he? 2 wins and a draw wins the group. Yeah, that's what I mean. So if you win the Anderlecht game, we can then play the kids for the other FCSB game and Silkeborg game, and I think that's a good idea. Peter take a draw at Anderlecht, indeed. So in terms of what we've got coming up for the rest of the day, we have got plenty. We've got coming up the David Moyes press conference. That'll be coming up in about an hour and a half, something like that. Anton's going to be doing his Antonalyze show about 5 o'clock tonight. 10 p.m. we've got the first of the new series of the Late Late Show with Irish Tommy. Make sure you check that out. And then tomorrow we've got talking points. We've got the preview for the Everton game. We've got probably Stat Attack. Probably. We've got loads. No Holly's this week. She is in, Holly's in Ibiza for her hen do. No commitment. No commitment at all. Unbelievable. But she's having a hen do in Ibiza. Very nice too. Very nice too. She told me she's going to go and she was going to see Craig. She's staying in a hotel. She's going to see. She's going to stay in a hotel. No, I'm staying on the beach. She's staying in a hotel, and then she's seeing Craig David perform. And I said, as long as you don't see him on a Wednesday to Saturday, you're okay. Because obviously, took her for a drink on Monday. And Tuesday they were making love by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday chilled on Sunday. So, particularly the marriage, you don't, just stay away from him from Wednesday to Saturday. You're all right. Sunday's all right. You just chill on a Sunday. Anyway, again, a joke for anyone who probably knows who Craig David is and knows his song 7 Days. Very niche. Anyway, guys, as I said, thank you very much for joining as always. Oh, should we do it? I'm doing any draws. I was going to do some draws. Let me just quickly check something. For all our members, I was going to do a draw. Let me have a quick check. Let me just quickly see something. Let's just quickly see if I can do it now. We'll do some draws. We always like some draws. Right, let me do... let me just quickly put this in. Let me do this. We'll do some draws. We'll do our monthly. There we go. I think we're okay. Let's go full screen. Where is my full screen? There we go. Cool. Right. Okay. So what we do for anyone who's a channel member is we do some prize draws. Nearly. Prize draws. We get some memorabilia, that we send out. Now these prints haven't been. We've had these on before, but they haven't claimed them yet. So we're going to do some draws. So this is for a Mr. Frank McAvenny and Tony Cotti signed print, and so all the members will be automatically entered in. Indeed, get your draws done. Tell me about it. Indeed. Right, so let's get this live. Share my screen. There we go. So, as I said, this will be. Oh no, that's not that. That's not that one. There we go. Let's do that. Let's hide that as well. Remove from studio. So. Let's spin the wheel. So this one is, get your draws in. Yes, we all want to do. So this is for the signed McAvenny Tony Cotti print. And anyone who wins, they need to contact us at the West Ham Network Gmail email address, and we'll get that sent out. Let's go full screen as we get all excited. Who's he going to go to? Is he going to be Chuck? Is it going to be Trini? Is he going to be John Ratomski? Is he going to be Howard? Let's have a look. I think it's probably John. Is he going to be John Ratomski? John Ratomski. Well done, John. I'll let him know that. That's good. Let's close that one. Okay, so that's for that one. So that's for the That's for this one. Now we're going to do it for this one, which is signed by Trevor Brooking. Signed by Trevor Brooking. So we're going to do one for that one. Hit like if you hate Spurs. There we go. So let's do this one. And then we'll do one more as well after this. We'll do one more. I'm trying to think. I've got my books in. I've got them signed, but I don't know who's. I think that's probably Waldy, isn't it? Yeah. I know JR's overseas at the moment. I will let him know. Don't worry. So this is for the Trevor Brooking one. Let's have a look as it comes to it. Is it going to be Peter? Is it going to be Toby? Is it going to be Papa Smurf? It looks like it's going to be Toby. Toby! Well done, Toby. He's one of our moderators. Caution, Matt, because you're not a member. Always thinks he's going to win, doesn't he? Always thinks he's going to win. Right, okay. One more. This is a nice one. This is Russie B. I design notebooks in my spare time. I haven't got enough to do. And so these are West Ham notebooks. This one is signed by Stuart Slater. So it's like that 1980s one. I'm pretty sure that's Stuart. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Stuart Slater. It looks like an S. Or is that one? Or is that one Stuart Slater? It's either Stuart Slater or Mark Ward. It's one or the other. Stuart Slater or Mark Ward. But this one, it's and so it's, yeah, available on Amazon. West Ham retro netbooks and notebooks. Check them out. Right. Anyway, we'll spin this one, and then that's it. That's it for this month. So John won. We've got Toby won the Trevor Brooking print. And then this is for the last one. See you later, Stuart Slater. Pete, it's hard to read because they squiggle them, mate. So who's won this one? Let's have a look. Is it going to be Wally? Is it going to be Drainhole Hammers? A new member. Is it going to be Chris Williams? Is it going to be I reckon it's going to be Narky. Looks like it's going to be Narky. Narky. Well done to Narky. Narky's won the Stuart Slater, or it could be Mark Ward signed book. Love it. We've got some great other stuff coming up as well. Congratulations. As I said, we do these every month in terms of memorabilia, but we do ones in between as well. So check it all out. Irish Tommy, you don't need to, we'll have the you've got they're spanners anyway. They're all spanners, so it's like there'll be spanners for everything. So if Happy Hammerette and Toby are admins, there'll be admins for everything. So don't worry. So someone like Toby or stuff will be on. There we go. That is to remind you that we have Irish Tommy on tonight doing the live show when he tells me what he's talking about. But make sure that'll be about 10 o'clock tonight UK time. Make sure you check that out. Anyway, guys, that's me done. As I said. Also, if you're looking to do you're looking to get your West Ham shirts in, check out Kitbag, the website. We have an affiliate partnership with them. It's the same price as the West Ham, the official site. It's all the same stuff. They're official suppliers, but it means that we get a little help our way. So if you're looking to get all your stuff, all your West Ham kit, and your shirts, or they do like t-shirts and all the official merchandise stuff, it's all in there. And if you use that link, then it just helps us out a little bit. There we go. Anyway, guys, take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, stay positive, stay warm. It's a bit nippy in Hornchurch today. It's got a bit cold. And as I said, we'll be back in literally about an hour's time with the press conference. Then we've got Anton doing his Antonalize show. Then we've got Tommy at 10 o'clock tonight as well. And then we've got all the stuff happening tomorrow and Sunday for the Everton games. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And also thank to our channel partners. Here we go. And our channel members. Here we go.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate,